Greetings and good time zone. I hope people are doing well today. And welcome to Shadowbringers. Finally, I'm so excited. And also I get to use my new PNG tuber avatar, which I think looks so adorable. So yeah, I'm probably just going to show the Shadowbringers full trailer, because there's two of them. There's a release trailer and a full trailer, so I'm going to do the full trailer. The full trailer was released before the release trailer, so let's go and watch that. Oh, I need to mute that, do that, that. Okay, let's sit and watch.
How many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called the Warrior of Light.
I love the music.
What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate, or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Hi, Rianjay.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles.
You should tell her. I don't know why they've got her face covered.
Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better. going anywhere. I promise you, Minfilia. This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone. If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten. Become what you must. Become the warrior of darkness.
That was so good. So very good. I am excited. And I can close this. Do that. Give the music back. Okay. Yeah, I am excited. I liked how he was going through, the Warrior Light was going through all of the jobs. I'm fairly sure he started off Bard Archer, probably an Archer, to do 1.0. Then he switched to Marauder for, well, Marauder Warrior for A Realm Reborn. Then he did Dragoon, because Heaven's Ward. Then he did Pugilist Monk and Samurai for Stormblood. And then I think he finished off with Dark Knight. And we also got Gunbreaker in the trailer. So I think Dark Knight is this expansion's class for the Warrior of Light. Also, yay! New jobs for people. Hi, my favourite of the Scions. How are you, Tataru? Yeah, I need to do that. Good news, Zara. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Then we'd better go and give them a hand. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner we can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. And she's off! Quick, after that potato! And yes, my UI is kind of a mess, it's just how I prefer it. I like all the information. So, where are we going? Oh, okay. Oh, I also, with the event that's going on, I need to try out some of the other mounts that I have. Let's take you off. Leave you there, put you there. I also haven't used Machinist in such a long time. I want the roulette. But I unlocked a few of them. Right, I got the legendary Kamui, the Rose Llama. Hybodus I've just done ocean fishing for. Oh, I got the Bomb Palanquin. Let's have a look what this looks like. Ah, I have a swing. Okay. I want to see what this looks like. The legendary Kamui. Ooh. Oh, I also have... Mount BGM or something like that. Unmuted. I like this one. I want to try all of them out because I got them all last night. Ooh, I got Burb. I thought it was Burb. I got a Burb. I also want to listen to their music. Because I normally have it muted. So what's this one's music? Also, I'm going to turn up the music in general. Game system. Let's turn that up to full. This I need to turn down because that will get incredibly noisy. That seems a little bit better. Oh. It quietens if you're not moving. Normally I have it around 40%. I've noticed these ones. Okay. I think that's a bit better on the volume. As I say, I haven't played this in a while. I just want to get it set up now. Also, this one looks weird because of how I ride on it. Just feet in the air as if I'm swimming, which it is a shark, so that makes sense. Okay, let's go and do the actual story. Saint Koinak Ferryman. Heading to the survey site, madame, or madam. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. To the survey site. That was quick. Please be voice acted.
Look how many people there are!
Yay! Voice acting, so I can do this.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Taru's just the best.
Isn't it for faded dreams?
Thank you for showing me
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight.
Away with you!
I must say your spirited accounts always comes in welcome.
We did everything right! Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this!
Your time has not yet come.
I have all the questions. Well, that looks like a certain warrior of darkness. I think. Yes.
From endless dreams I awake.
Hashtag Purple Gang is here.
Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
What do you mean, this time of night?
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me grandad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Yeah. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T.
I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
A 100 years plus without night? I would die. Also, hi FLC, how are you today? I hope you're doing well.
Dizzying heights it rises. The gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Roll credits. So it's just a lighter shade of #purple gang. So they wanted me to go east. I don't even have my mount available, I have to walk. Screw that. I'm a machinist, I can speed myself up. Who's bringing the shadows then? I mean, light will still cast a shadow, but no nighttime? That's just hell for me. Although my character's probably casting shade.
Halt! Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Okay.
From where do you hail?
So, ... It's there, but I don't have an emote yet, so Gridania.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists.
Huh?
Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
It's where I'm from. Or you've like, move it. Loot!
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand. Ring and all.
Oh no. It only took me 30 seconds to get here.
Everything all right, Captain?
I recognize that voice.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private. Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
So he summoned the Avengers. Got it. Are the other Scions here?
Ah, that is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Cool. Northant. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. They overbuilt that bridge. Yeah. Also, we got new stuff. My inventory will always be a mess. This is mostly crafting stuff and fishing stuff, and then all the glamour prisms that I can make. White oak weapon coffer. Got a new gun. 370, 385. Okay. Chest gear coffer, yay. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this achievement before venturing any further. After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive at the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catlis, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Moren. To reach him and his Cabinet of Curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit on the left and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Braggy, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. Get it? Very good. I concede the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. So where do I tell them I'm from? That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you've finished making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the centre of town. Until then... I love the little guitars in the background of the quest accepted jingle. Okay. There's a lot of them. And I'm going to visit every single one. By focusing your sense, you detect the flow of vastly distant currents of aether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable, and should allow teleportation to aetherites in the source. Do you open? No. Spagyrix or Spagyrix. Leave me? Okay. Hi, Catliss. I hope your name is not Everdeen. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too. Thanks to us in the Mian. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Yulmoran layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labour. Yeah, if you saw all my crafting jobs. You don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city's stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you ought to contribute to on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had the chance to settle in. Just ask for Catlis, and I'll find you a niche here in the crystalline Mian. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Catlis has taught you about life in the Crystarium. So for those that don't know, I like crafting. I've got a rando sending out messages. Oh, I just got the alert. Which one? Oh, then you. Bam. And they just sent me one too. No. Okay. Oh, I've got streamer mode on, so I'll look at it later, unfortunately, but thanks for letting me know, Tom. Good morning. I think there's a setting that I can turn on now that stops them sending friend requests based on the server. But yeah, getting back to this, if you didn't know, I like crafting and gathering. My fish is almost at max level now because of ocean fishing. But let's go to the aetheryte shards. I love fishing mini games. It's one of my favorite things. But as I've said to other people, where is that one? Okay, as I've said to other people, if it's an actual fishing game, I don't like it. If it's a fishing mini game, I'm in. Oh, I know where that is. It's under the ground. Can I go over that way? No. Oh, stairs. Probably doing this way out of order, but I see a shard. I want a shard. There it is. We got a burb. To procure yourself an amaro, then I reckon you've come to the right place. 1 second if you would. And there we have it. I've added you to our register. Pray come back when you're in need of a mount. Got a burb. I know I'm doing this definitely in the wrong order, but... Oh, there's the hunt board, okay. But I do like the zones in this game, the cities that they build, even though it looks very sparse and open. It's my only nitpick. Also, I'm hoping tomorrow to use my dancer, if I can get enough XP tonight, instead of my machinist. I've been really enjoying dancer, which sucks because my avatar, my PNG tuber avatar, is of my machinist. But luckily my dancer could wear my machinist's gear if I ever so want. Is it a tiny dancer? Maybe a private dancer? My dancer looks like this. Very impressed with you, Tom. I was like, I love the baby red panda. Also, not to be outdone, I did gear up a samurai, or I say gear up, I fashioned a samurai. Uses a different colour hat, and black, because I think this looks cool. But anyway, back to machinist. I also discovered how to set each gear set to have its own plate rather than reapplying it to everything, which is really useful, because I have all of the crafting and gathering gear set up. So I've got my leather worker, I've got my carpenter, I've got my weaver. This is my favourite of the outfits. Goldsmith, armourer, blacksmith, alchemist, culinarian. Oh yeah, fisher, which I love, has the shades, by the way. Miner. Botanist. Back to machinist. Oh, this place is cool. So many books. Oh, I like this. Hi, Morin. Excuse me, miss. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and, well, what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll even? A scrap of scribbled on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Yeah, it's like crack to you, apparently. It's like, got a bit of paper? Paper! Librarian Moren at your service. And this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, there's an ad break. That kicked in very quickly. Normally it gives me a little bit extra time, so I was hoping to get through that line. Okay, I've turned it on the option that they can't send DMs to other people on the server for 4 hours, the length of the stream. Bow, 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 dum, dum. You stopped playing this before you owned a Stream Deck, and you bet that would have been super helpful to use. Probably. Assuming it can be used on a Stream Deck, but I imagine it probably will. Like, it's not the most intensive game. Or it cannot be the most intensive game. I mean, you can play this game with a controller as well. So... It just looks weird to me where their hotkeys are on a controller. Anyway, back to this. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? I just remembered I never turned my alarm back on to remind me. Oh, so you've an interest in modern history. Splendid! A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. What I'm more interested in is how we speak their language. And they speak ours. Or do we have, or is the Link Pearl a universal translator as well? And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair and make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson then. 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadow Keeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We call this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigour, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet just when it seemed that all would be lost, a saviour appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrant, and Norvrant alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange, unterrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvrant's sky. Even now they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Your exchange with Moren has taught you about the Flood of Light. Okay, bye! Whee! He's just looking. Did she just jump from there? Yes, she did. Oh, this place looks amazing. Let me hide the map. Let me hide the UI. I accidentally took a screenshot. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Where was I going? There. Hey, Bragi. New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Kitty! Kitty! Cat! Welcome, my name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment from Mistal, such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. I'm sorry, did you say Mistal? Aye, something wrong? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The short one is a Hume, or the shorter one, and the taller one is an elf. That sturdy individual over there is Galgent, whilst the one with the horns is a Dran. And then you have the large scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Ah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest of things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Your exchange with Bragi has taught you about the peoples of the First. Hi Puncher, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. So, since you're like British, you probably live in like a Victorian townhouse. No, I do not. Shop, 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 shop. What do they sell? Material, merchant. Okay, fruit worm. Level 70 fishing. All the usual stuff. Hello. Also, you can't see my gold or gil. But for example, it's a lot less than what Twiggy has. Ooh, purchase weapons. Because I have the deep gold revolver, but a high quality version. Armorer. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look into this. War 70. Where's my... Oh, I hate it when they do it top to bottom, but aiming. Try on. Up. Okay. Going for the Crystal Exarch look with the hood. They always love to have just one side and not the other. Oh, long gloves. Ooh, I kind of like those long gloves. What do they look like? Red. Because right now... Actually, no, I think I still prefer my original ones. Sorry, the fashion is important. You've got to look good. I always love to give little mini skirts. Those boots aren't too bad, actually. But anyway, let's get back to this. Jeweler. Okay, so they go up in level. Gotcha. I may have to come back here off stream and look through all of these for my crafting jobs, but I think I might be able to get better stuff anyway. With scripts, I just need to find a vendor for said scripts. Tool supplies. Make them myself just as soon as I find out where to mine and gather stuff from. Okay. I always just love to look around the zones. Materia, repairs, retainer, vocate. This place is amazing. Personal suite. Yeah, now I have access. You have attuned yourself to all the Ethernet shards in the Crystarium. Lakeland is now accessible as an Ethernet destination. Good. So now I can teleport back here. Yay. This seems rather dangerous for an adventurer. Just be like, oh no, let's see what's down here. Oh, I see. Think. Can I just not see them yet? I don't think the NPC is visible for me to use a bed. I don't know what you heard, Puncher. What did you hear? They can come around and ask you to kindly stop, but the thing is, the TV license is only there to pay for the BBC. So if you don't watch the BBC, why would you ever want to pay it? Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing, and although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Damn it! No, Oh, I really do not need this. What does it look like? Not that it's going to change. Oh, it is that. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I have something better already. Oh, I purchased all these. So I didn't actually need this. Okay. And then you get the legs. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organise a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Why is it getting dark? The tower's gate lies open then. You know what? Just like that then. Graha Tia, is it? I'm fairly sure he said that in something else. I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it is best that we focus on the present. He's like, she knows too much. Greetings, madam. The Exarch awaits within. Awaits you within. Into the Crystal Tower. But yeah, the BBC is what the TV license pays for. It's how they get most of their money.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time. As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year.
Thancred was the first one to pass out, then Y'shtola and Urianger, and then the 2 twins. Okay. Interesting. See, he did say that an hour in our world can sometimes be a year in theirs, and vice versa sometimes. And I don't think it's been 5 hours, all told, since everyone started passing out. But that's a good timeline to have for things.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
That's shit. Then find a way to send them back.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
The thing is, you were trying to reach out to grab us, but you grabbed everyone else, but only their spirits. Would you eventually be able to use us to send them back? And you couldn't figure out a way to do it because we weren't here. That's how I'm hoping. Plus, all of these people have been in the future trailers.
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
Of course, it was him.
In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
This room is beautiful, by the way. It's not really a mosaic on the floor, but just the style of everything is great. But I'll see you keep that promise.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
There's never completing an MMO, Puncher. It's just not possible as long as it's still in development. There's always something to do. But I completed the second expansion because I did A Realm Reborn, which is the base game. Then I did Evan's Ward, and then Stormblood. Now we're on to Shadowbringers. Then after Shadowbringers, there's Endwalker. And then later this year, I'm actually not sure when it comes out, is Dawn Trail, the next expansion. So I'm hoping to get Shadowbringers and Endwalker done before then, but I don't know the time that I have to work with. Let's see, Dawn Trail release date. Summer 2024. It's potentially June. So we've got time. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants. Which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along, I've already looked at them all. I also got a bunch of more minions as well that I haven't looked at, because I always want the red panda, because it's just the cutest little thing. So let's actually look at what minions I've got. Because I unlocked the Griffin Hatchling. Oh, he flies! The question is... Oh, it's so cute. The question is... Oh, he's not one that rests on your shoulder. We got this one. What even are you? I mean, you're a sylph, by the looks of it. Ah, this one doesn't hang off your shoulder either. I also unlocked the Major General, because I went ocean fishing. He's just such a derpy shark. And I also got the dolphin. Come along, Echo. And I also... This one annoyed the crap out of me. Across all the fishing attempts that I did for it, it took me a total of 9 hours. Because, yay. Anyway, let's put the red panda on, because that's me in my PNG tuber avatar.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. Aught you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough. Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
IJB, yes, panda. I hope you're doing well.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here! Of course I'm here! What amusements do you have for me today?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine lady is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails? Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Oh God, are we sure this is wise?
Mayhap her message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Oh, I want to send a message to both of them. Also, you're eepy but good. I'm doing okay. I'm also eepy. Because I'm back to work today, so of course my body's like, no, you're not sleeping. As much as I adore Kryl, Tataru is just the one that holds this entire operation together.
Consider it done.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
As someone that's played D&D and Pathfinder, we made a deal with the Fae. I am scared. As a result of your pact with Feo Ul, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards and summoning bells while in the first. Do I have access to my mounts? Because I didn't in the first area. Also, Handa. Panda. Panda, 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 panda. Panda that I can beckon to go on the shoulder and match my PNG tuber avatar. Yay! Ah, there you are. I was just finalising the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here in the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use of it as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Zera. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. A pleasure to meet you, miss, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you'd care to retire. Yeah, I want to see what it looks like. God damn, this place is huge. Do I have a balcony as well? God damn, I have a balcony.
You.
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
You're glowing. The warrior of darkness? I know his name already.
What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The warrior of darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? 100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
Shit's crazy, yo. He's gonna be like, what? Yeah, his axe is a little bloody.
You were summoned to save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
He's just gonna walk through the door. He faded away before walking through the door. And they just had his hand pass through a cup. Just turn the collision off, dudes. Why do I never sleep under the covers? And why am I always fully clothed? Okay. Now, yeah, we have to go talk to him. Again, this place is beautiful. Ooh, fruit. Apples in particular, maybe. It's a cool design. I'm wondering if it's designed specifically so people can rest in the shade for once. Seems as though it's always light. Mistress Zera, the Exarch awaits you within.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest?
I'm gonna tell him I had a ghostly visitor.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland.
Okay.
To the north is the fairy kingdom of Ilmeg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
Okay.
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Of course.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armareng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin-Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calicia or Armareng? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred.
Yeah.
He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin-Eaters.
It's like, does everyone forget Thancred?
Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
I don't have room. What a surprise. Tataru is back in our world. She didn't come along. She wasn't drawn here. That's why we had the option to tell people. I really need to just start putting stuff away. But it won't tell me to wear these anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through all of my stuff tonight. I think. Oh, do we want Alphino or Alice? Because we did a lot with Alphino in Heaven's Ward, and we did a lot with Alice in Stormblood. I've got to go for Alice. She's more fun. Ready to depart for Armareng. Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. The thing is, it's like Alfie knows all about politics and I just don't care about politics, so... She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you will reach your destination. Oh, I can accept both of them. visit Alphino in Calusia then? Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here is a letter of introduction. Present it to Zemgenmai, the master of beasts at Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Okay. Yeah, Alice to me is all about the fight. And I like that about her. Wait, what? Rate and review? I was just wondering what that... Oh, is it just a symbol to say it's a lower level than what I am? Maybe? Because I may just leave those to help. Nuts to you! Okay. Those definitely for off-stream things, I think. Because I want to catch up my dancer to my machinist. I want to take my dancer through this expansion. Hey, Cassard. If you come looking for work, I might have a spot on another guard. Here, take this. Oh, a friend of the Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Am Arang, are you? Then I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. All set? Then off to the unforgiving sands we go. You can now travel to Am Arang. Speak with the adroit Amaro Tamer to fly to the desert. You could also use your Aether Compass to assist with locating Aether currents in new regions. The Aether Compass can be found under Collection in the Duty section of the main menu.
Am Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Am Arang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
So anyone living in there, is all their furniture to that side? Oof. No matter how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be as bright as in the scorching hours of day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. As does this ad break. In fact, I'm gonna quickly take a bio break. Be right back, because I need to pee. Okay, I am back. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow. Okay. Oof, no matter how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be as bright as in the scorching hours of day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this Alice friend of yours is staying. But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Maud Souk to break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lot, I'm off, and I'd better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Right, we head southwest, straight as an arrow. You say that, but I want to look around. Okay. Okay. It's like an armadillo mixed with a mine. A sea mine. Okay. Let's do Mount Roulette. Hey. We have little ones. The Giga Tender. Kinda wanna fight one. I've gotta test it. Oh, I still have you out. Great. Alright, I changed my keys slightly. I never get tired of the drill shift. Ooh, Aether Current, don't mind if I do. Oh, this is quite a big map. Quite a big zone. Cool. Stop here for a moment. This is your first visit to Am Areng, is it not? Before you cross the River of Sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Look in the opposite direction now. They built them big, didn't they? That's Kashal, or Kasar, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of... Ah, crap, forgot I have that on. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say it was once one of Norvant's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabath Areng's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many choose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than an Amaro roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Maud Sook. Let's press on, shall we? Nimbus! Oh, there would be beasts. Or Sibyllus as they're called here. In Final Fantasy XI, they were the most annoying things ever. Here we are, Maud Sook by the Blessed Shadow. I love this town. Maud Sook, not just full of Maud, but Humes and all manner of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met a Maud before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gen Gen. I'll go ahead and let him know that we've arrived. These they're kobolds, or are they rats? And rat people. Did we find the Skaven? Okay. Bing, bing, bing. And Zin Zin. Bow, 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 bow. Hey, Gen Gen. Or Gen Gen, maybe? Oh wait, all the kobolds were wearing masks. That's a kobold! Would be... So this is a Maud?
Master Gen Gen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
I wasn't expecting this random person to have voice acting. Jesus.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Maud Sook.
Sook is Maudish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang.
You sound like Papa
You'll
Limo.
find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Maud Sook's a different story. Merchants come from malms around to purchase the relics the Maud dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Maud do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gen Gen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer,
Jesus.
crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer. I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy, you buy.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the Barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots! Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
So, it's been a while, I can't remember his name, but he sounded like Papalimo, the voice actor. Cassard sounds like the Emperor, but his dad, or is it granddad? Or is it Xenos' granddad? Sounds a bit like him. Can't remember what name they gave him. But he was an Asian, so he might be changing name eventually. Welcome to Ronron's, traveller. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? Browse Ronron's wares. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a foodstuff and inspect it with left mouse button. Are they doing the sniper thing? They brought this mini game back. Skewers. I want to eat Ron. Meat. Bread. No. I don't want frogs, I want meat. That's my ever-burning bounty. Made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on a chilly desert night. Oh, there's a variety of goods available for purchase. Inspect each of his exotic... Each? Oh, more meat. Fine. Bread. I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. I don't want the worms. Everyone's favourite, plump white worms slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggler, you'll never want any other treat. Yeah, because you'll be throwing everything up. Oh, you'll like those. Chewy skewers. Find small frogs hiding under rocks. Spear with stick, then roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. I love how they keep bringing that minigame back. They all look tasty, yes. Which to choose, which to choose. Ever-burning bounty. Give me the meat. Yes, put some spice. Oh, now it just changes it. Put some spice in your step. You won't feel the cold this night, and probably not the next one either. You have the gold. And done. One Vobatite Honest buys you 10 sides of lizard meat. What was that face? Will you eat the lot? Oh. If I'm full, I'm going to share the rest. I think I'll share the rest. Our visitor invites us to feast. Let us give thanks for her great generosity and small appetite. Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Keeping the merchandise down, yes, no returns. I love moments like that in games. I'm the chosen one, I'm going saving the world every Tuesday. And then you have little light-hearted moments like that. Like, yes, I'm live. Hi, Perm. What do you mean? Yay, I got my PG Tuber avatar live now. And it's the panda that talks. I love that fact. I was watching from here, Zera. You honoured our custom, and with great relish. You will always be welcome in Maud Souk. If you need anything in Am Areng, we are here to provide. Complete. And I leveled up. Whee! Charged Action Mastery. What the hell was that? Allows a third charge of Gauss Round and Ricochet. Oh, that's great. But how are you, Pert? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Glam is the true end game. I mean, gotta show it. Beckon Ocean. Look, he's so cute. Technically, that's me in my avatar. You're just waking up still. Hi, Zunda. How are you today? I hope you're well. But yeah, fashion is the end game. I have quite a lot of gear sets, mostly for crafting. So, for example, leather worker, carpenter, weaver. This is my favourite of the looks. So chic. Goldsmith, armourer, blacksmith, alchemist, chef, culinarian, botanist, miner, fisher, which I love the shades. You can get rid of the shades if you want. But then I also have my samurai that I want to level, but is still level 50. And dancer, which I want to actually take through this expansion. My main is machinist, but I kind of want to do dancer. But luckily they share the same gear, it's just the fashion changes. But I've been enjoying dancer a lot. But I'm a machinist. I like ranged DPS, is what I'm finding in this game. This is all my crafting and gathering. Fish is almost max. And still an expansion behind on what I can do. Yeah, you like casting book. I do want to do some of the magic ones as well. But I forget which one is summoner. I think Thaumaturge goes into like Black Mage and Arcanist into summoner. But Arcanist also goes into Scholar, I think. It's been a while since I checked. I started off as a bard, and then I changed to machinist, and now I'm dancer. You can see, you just want to hit them with that book. Working off the meal. You have courage, my friend. Ronron's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mordsuk. Hi Jackie, how are you today? I hope you're well. Yes, Panda! Oh, offering your services, are you? Aye, well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt for some goods that need picking up from the market, all properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go and take care of some last-minute haggling then. See you in a bit. Also remember, we have a Zoom. It's way too big, but it's so funny. You may view the market receipt at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. Yes, I have a Panda Zoom. So, key items. Market receipt. Table cactus from Thonton. Iron ore from Tholtol. Nabath Areng Antiques Mill to be collected from Mulmul. What? Okay. Oh, I'm wondering if you can do things wrong then. When it has multiple things. Oh. Will be barely used, god damn it, FLC. Oh, there's Thonton. Table cactus. I hope I'm doing this right. Someone take away his buttons. No! My buttons. You came in with Cassad, yes? Good, good. I can finally stop thinking about that sack. Please take your prickly purchase. Then iron ore from Tholtol. Oh, Mulmul. Now that's yeah, Mill to be collected from Mulmul. Hey, no touching. That merchandise is spoken for. You couldn't possibly change my mind with a better offer. What? Cassad sent you? Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. Oh, no, no, no. Nabath Areng relics, wasn't it? All packed in that box there. Handle with care. Okay, so now we need to find Tholtol. There's Thiltil. Hello, Tholtol. Wouldn't surprise me if they hide some people. Oh, there's Zen Zen. Okay, so we need to find Tholtol. Tholtol at the door. She just wants to read up on some spells. That's all, nothing else. Kassad sent you, did he? Right, yes. What kind of ore was it again? It was iron ore. Iron ore, of course. That would explain this box I have here. It's all yours. Bazunda. Shark! Did I ride really weirdly? Got me a shark. What are you actually watching right now? Just mounts. Don't tell me you've been around the entire market already. Bam. Oh, please be voice acted. Please be voice acted. Please be voice acted. Damn it! Aye, that's the lot, alright. Good work. And quick work too. Considering you've not set foot in the place before, I thought you want to sit in the city like the Exarch. But something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you returned, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Kassad? It feels like an age since I last saw you. Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This lady was on her way to meet with Alice. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alice has told me so much about you. You're Zera, aren't you? Nod. I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn, and I've gotten to know Alice quite well since she took up guard duties there. Do you want me to take over as Zera's guide, Kassad? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amareng, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium. Nod. Hand gear, okay. I've learned not to trust halflings, for they are deceitful and treacherous. She's not a halfling, probably. Probably not a halfling. You got a flying polar bear. Not gonna lie, that's kind of awesome. I know I need a nod. But yeah, I have a few more mounts now. Not a hell of a lot like some people. But... oh yeah, Zunda. I have Burb. Proper Burb. Superb! Very ominous music, apparently. And then I have Puppy. He's so cute and cuddly, and he'll rip your face off if you do something wrong. Also, I love how the music gets louder when you start running. It's like, and I stop, and it quiets. Epic! Then I also have the Darmel. These are from Final Fantasy XI, originally. And in that game, the elves playable race, or the Elvan, had really long necks. So we started calling them Darmels. And it was hilarious. Oh yeah. The Magitech armor. No, that's Minions mount. When I first got this mount, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I listened. But yes, definitely. Definitely when I first heard that, I was like, oh, so good. Because this game has taken a lot from other Final Fantasies. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's Magitech. And then I got the mount. I'm like, oh my god, that's the theme. I feel like I need to walk in snow. Alice has been desperate to see you, Zera, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. Really? We just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. She's got... Oh, this best not be an escort. All set? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. So you had retail therapy today, got it. Do you think you can handle any beasts that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alice was always saying how much you... I mean, let's get going, shall we? What was she saying? Hey, get back here. Hey! I hit the random and we got this one. So enjoy a little bit more, Zunder. Oh, I walked in. Damn it. Fine. Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet, hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alice was strong, but in her mind she was never... Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so he can fight without any distractions. Is it a mechanical chicken? Kinda. But in its mouth it has a laser. And a big ass laser at that. What do we get this time? My Pegasus. Because I have a Pegasus from crafting. Oh, there we go. Down, 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 down. Why is its tail doing what? Blowing? It's called wind resistance, Perm. And drag. It's floofy. I should probably, you know, summon my Chocobo. Come, Zephyr. Protect me. Also, I haven't really used Bioblaster yet since getting it. What stance do I have you on? Okay. Oh, you're back there. Oh yeah, I had to clear out ahead. You played 8, 10, 10-2 and some 12. 8 I think is terrible. I just do. 10 is good. 10-2 I've never played. 12 was okay. Um, 6 is the best. 7 is for all the fanboys. I'll always say that 9 is probably the most complete of the games for all of the systems that they have in it. Also, I think 9 was the introduction of Triple Triad. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Oh no, maybe 8 was. But 8 was terrible, so never mind. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. Also, 11 was great, but I'm biased with that. I'm so biased with 11, in fact, that... Oh! I had to get Shantotto. I had to buy it. Couldn't resist. Also, seeing as though you've played 10, Pern, we've also got Lulu. She has her own little mug. You can also get the outfits for some of them. You can get... I know you can get Yuna's outfit. I couldn't remember her name then. I think you can get Tidus's outfit as well. Yeah, Lulu was the best of that group. Auron probably a close second. And as I've said before, and I played it on stream with the Japanese audio, just hearing the Japanese voice actors and recognizing them was funny for me. Because Tidus is voiced by the JP voice actor for Ichigo in Bleach. And Auron is Itachi from Naruto, as well as Ukitake from Bleach, and many other things. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. Lulu was a revelation, yeah. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favour somehow. But first, let's head inside, shall we? I'm glad it was this kind of an escort and not the usual kind of an escort quest. Also, Waka in the Japanese version is voiced by Zoro from One Piece. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alice arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. The afflicted? You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alice who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I don't seem to be dropping frames, so let me check on my end. No, the stream's live for me, Zunder. I think I missed what she said at the end. Because I clicked back into my window. Thanks, Zunder. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alice give you the full explanation. Okay. So, Twitch things. Because I dropped no frames, I didn't disconnect at all. For once. Now, where is she? I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. Probably a Twitch thing if it happened to Ko's stream. It's not far. Head out the south side and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. But first, we need to attune. I never like the mobile app. What shall we get this time? Hey! Oh, okay. So we've seen that before in a cutscene, the light. It's just been stopped here, half consuming that. Okay. Cool. I need to change my minion back. Alice is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground and they look to be about the right size. But first, minion. Wait. Oh, favorites. I gotta have my red panda. The small footprints lead off to the northwest. What in the world are you? A gill man. The footprints continue on to the northwest. Oh, darn it. I just love how fun they make the job look. It's like, it's a fantasy setting, so of course I've got a gun, but it's a magical gun. Enjoy your breakfast, Zunder. The footprints curve around to the west. Oh, you linked. It's not fair. There's a lot of footprints here, Alice, eh? There are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand. And we get a cutscene. Whee!
Get back here!
There she is.
Is that... It can't be.
Funny, she just face planted. She learned some new tricks. I believe she's now a red mage. Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about.
Or was she a red mage? I can't remember. Just no.
I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you? We've fought them to a standstill, then? The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't. just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where 1 would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal.
Yep. It's alright, we sent
But
the
on
message.
this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the First tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the Flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether, and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct, that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Yeah, it's just a Himalayan salt lamp. Yep. Now, I knew it was the Red Mage's armaments, but I couldn't remember if she even had a job before. Because I know she had a sword before. It's just a matter of time, more for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters. They're just giant musky. I'd say they're more Zerg than anything else, because they want to infect other things and take over. Which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. I don't know what she was before. Maybe. Because I know she had a sword at one point before. So this is kind of like a natural progression. Because Urianger got her a sword. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn and you clear the west. That way you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a sin eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. What's that then? I hear someone prowling around here. God damn, Viva la Dirt League. Yeah, it might have been Stormblood, because I know she used it against the Warriors of Darkness. Because she charged it up. Whee! And did like 9999999 damage. Forgiven cowardice. How cowardly are you towards bullets? Okay. I know Alphino's got stuff like that, but yeah, I just can never remember what Alice was. It really likes the Magitech armor today. Oh, and there's an ad break, so I will wait. Whee! Oh, this is probably like Aetherite quests as well. Or ether currents. Orange Yams to the south, so it's gonna be around here then. I'm guessing. Or around here. Collections. I'm fairly sure I can look at it. Ether currents, travel, that makes sense. I finally got off my butt and got the Ruby Sea completed as well. I was missing one and it was the dungeon one because I'd just not done it. It's Pancake Day. What? Yeah, it's Shrove Tuesday today, Jackie. Because it's a weird one this year because it falls on today and then it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. The worst day of the year. You had eggs today. You can have pancakes for dinner. It's the beauty about pancakes, you can have them whenever. So, 5 quests, but they could be main story. And this is probably Endwalker stuff. Oh my god, pancake! Yes, FLC. Exactly. When I was younger, my mum used to always make it, and we'd have it with raspberry vinegar. Just pancakes and raspberry vinegar. Just drizzle it and roll it up and then slice. It was delicious. It wasn't... Yeah, it was sweet. It wasn't sour so much. Had a little bit of tang to it, but it was mostly sweet. I also had a friend that never had sweet pancakes. They always had savoury pancakes. Which is not bad, but on pancake day, no, sweet. Savory is just you have meats and stuff instead. It's literally just a savory pancake. Instead of having sweet stuff in it, you just have it with meats and gravy and stuff. Yes, this feels like the ideal mount for in a desert. It's my shark. But look at my legs. Look at this crap. I think it's supposed to be a good simulation of me if I'm underwater, because it is a shark. But not on ground. How did you fare? I pulled out my gun and pulled the trigger at them. It went well. I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes, nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the void scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or a hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to cull their ranks, often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Tesleen, shall we? Alice tells me you've helped out on her patrol. You have our thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company. Everything is always, if Zera were here, she would. That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Zera's methods. Violence. Honestly, after seeing her in action, I can understand why. The way she leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. Alice is just like, no, mine. I'm only teasing. though I've no doubt she deserves all the admiration she gets, just as you do. Drama, yeah. So I should probably open these. I'm not going to use them. But we have to have a look at how they look, because fashion is everything. I still don't like the eye patch covering. So, if you could just take these off of things, it would be great. And we have gloves as well. Did I already look at these? I think I already looked at these. Ah, nice sets of gloves. Fashion is important in this game. It's the most important thing. It's the end game. You gotta look good. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market were still waiting for me. Ah, there are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice? What, and twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can help you with. Call the patients. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alice. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pornil, Todden and Halric. They may not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. I have to talk to people? Oi. Wakey, wakey. Thank you. Okay, fine. Next. I know I'm going in the completely opposite direction, but there was another one, unless they want me to do it in order. Because this one wasn't lit up before. Hi, Todden. Okonomiyaki. Thing is, with Japanese words, you've got to pronounce each syllable the same speed and duration. Todden glances up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Where's... Oh, an aura. Or a drown, I think they're called in this world. Please don't transform, please don't transform, please don't transform, please don't transform. Alric remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. Oh god, it did something else. The texture of his skin has hardened into something akin to plaster. That sounds awful. You've seen to the patients. How were they? Good. That's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I am concerned about Halric, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to have that discussion then. I was going to take Zera to Maud Sook if you have any errands that need doing. Well, I suppose there is one thing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Kassad's caravan just passed through, so Ronron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Zera, there's something I want you to see. Right after we stop at Ronron's stall, of course. Not that you should Google pics of it or anything. Are you making Pernt hungry, FLC? What? Did you make that noise? Or did someone fly away at that exact time? He's being very rude right now. Just educate him with a book. Yes, you should eat breakfast. Go eat, Punt. Oh ho, back again, are you? You needn't... Oh, Christ. Actually, we're looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Yay, you ate food, you ate breakfast. Good job, woo! Gods, I've never seen a mod merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Ugh. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. Good. The worms, if you please. Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends. No, I'm not mocking you. I'm actually saying good job you ate. If I was mocking you, I'd be like, hey, Pern, I'm mocking you. Right, there's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetherite to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. Blatantly tell you, yeah. I mean, I am not autistic, so yeah. I will tell you as thoroughly as I can. If it was in chat, I would use the Roo Sip emote. Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not? Glazed wrigglers? You actually brought them? I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, alright? Only once. Never fails, shall we? Bribing the guards is very easy, apparently. Just in case. This feels like a voice-acted moment.
Look,
yay.
Over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
So sad.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons.
He said.
But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless.
It's okay, if I recall, Estinian saved me from that battle. I think.
On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
And just a bird swoops in and takes it. Why would you hold food out just like that for anyone to take? I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Urianger's lecturing. I mean, true, yeah. Except he will probably get out of effectively one sentence worth of description. Mine. Thank you for the lurk, Burton. Have a good day. And I needed you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just the threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against a fate worse than death. Okay, I quickly want to see what this quest gives. Because it might be an aetherite current. Or an aether current. Yeah. Quest sync. Okay. So that... At least now I know what it is. I'm gonna do it later. I probably won't be on too much longer than normal. Like, normally I'd end within, well, in, what, 28 minutes? But I need to fill my car up because, and check that my car still works properly, because I have not moved it in all the time I was on holiday. Yeah, work, boo. I am not looking forward to how much of a mess it might be at work today. Oof. You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Thank you. Alice has explained why I wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. but we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others and we've decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you though, if his time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. The taste of lead? Or the taste of a nectarine? The time left to us. Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat and I'll make us a nice stew. Better not be poisoned. It better not be poisoned. I've had enough of that in this entire playthrough. If she serves us wine, execute her immediately.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
It's Kryle's voice actor. Or it might be Lisa's. Sounds very similar to both of them. More Lisa, though. You needn't have gone to the trouble. Still working off the food that I cracked the coin purse on.
Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests.
Yeah, I think it's Kryle.
In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one.
Blue Jungler. Isn't that an FF8 reference? No, 9 reference.
It's
So
never
spoilers!
easy ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrant could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Tesleen!
There he
Have you
is.
seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
I had a moment of Osgiliath Frodo. They're coming. They're here. Ring wraiths! Oh, sorry. Not school! Zera, Alice, we have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone. We'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before, but it can't be a coincidence that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric, please be alright. Please don't die. I'll cover the north and west then. You take everything from here to the south. And you stay here looking panicked. Oh. I can just go this way. Bow, 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 bow. Da, da, da. This place looks cool. Apart from, you know, the abyss of sand clouds. I'm sure Darude's down there. Just hear it echoing up. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. You see no sign of Halric. Maybe he went further west. It's not doing a very good job with the random. You scan your surroundings in search of Halric and suddenly find yourself under attack! Zephyr to me! It's a big old drill. Nimbus! I was gonna say, if that goes and smacks me during this. Cutscene? Cutscene.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Probably could have, and don't call me Shirley. Oh, that's a powerful one, I think.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble.
After it!
Are we gonna get there too late and it's gonna either kill or transform Tesleen?
There it is! Is that... Oh no! Halric!
God damn, she chopped off a wing.
We have to run!
God damn it. Why do I have to call these things?
Tesleen! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain.
You mean like you currently?
Mother, I...
Producing an awful lot of fluids. Just how much of your own food did you eat? Oh god, that's terrifying. What's the noises? Yeah, that was awful, especially if you... Sorry for anyone eating.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Forgive me, Alice.
The sad part is Halric is still going to turn. So this is like a complete and utter loss for us. I honestly thought we were going to fight Tesleen. Oh, and it transported us back here. Okay. I'm sorry, Zera. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. It's just so unfair. Tesleen was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer such a fate. Wilfort. I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I could barely. I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial, and she cared about that sort of thing, about giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Yeah, let's say... Oh, we get to talk to Halric? Dot, 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 dot. Halric is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky, where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Do you want a nectarine, buddy? Alice is lost in grief. You think? I've spoken with the carers. I think she'd much rather have the weight of the responsibility gone for now than having someone trying to comfort her directly. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realised we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Welcome back, Zunder. I hope you had a good breakfast. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Ramen for breakfast sounds nice. Farewell, Halric. Keep Tesline's words close to your heart. Are we sure he's actually turning and he's not just autistic or extremely introverted? Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. You had 3 cheese garlic toast. Where's ours, FLC? This damned light, building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now, hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light. But how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. She's gonna change the whole world. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I have gained here to hurt them. Was it you, FLC, that stole it? Did you steal our share? Again, I love the electric guitars in the background of that theme, that jingle. Just rock on! Quest accepted. Oh, I have to walk. You would never. Are you sure? See what we get. Hey, Zunder. I have it set to random as well. Yeah, because it's not choosing from those that I've set as favourite, which I need to change. I was like, I can't jump that? Come on. Forgive me, Zera. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against this blight with kindness, I must fight it in my own way. With violence. Miss Alice? Is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest Amaro. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately. As you wish. Hey, they brought us back with it. Cool. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Am Areng again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? We shall. Tomorrow. Because I need to go and get ready for work and fill my car up and do all of that stuff. There's one thing, well, there's two games that I want them to release, both FLC and Zunder. I want them to do a remake, how they're doing for FF7, but for FF6 and Chrono Trigger. Please. I would play the shit out of those games if they did a remake. Updated graphics and everything. Especially Chrono Trigger. Oh, actually, this is turning in the quest, so... Yeah, why do all the Cloud and Sephiroth fanboys get what they want? We're just like, no, the best games are these two. But also keep the memes in there that are now memes. Like, don't fix Sabin suplexing a train. Let that still be possible, but with updated graphics. Hell, give it its own cutscene. It deserves it. Thank you for seeking me out, Zera. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. I was tempted to set off again the moment we had decided upon a direction, but you still have to visit Alphino, haven't you? You have still to visit there. And if I know my brother, he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success. If he hasn't already, I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being. But don't keep me waiting too long, eh? I just wanted to complete the quest. Yeah, I just want to fully 3D train suplex, yes. Why can't we have it? And I also want my Chrono Trigger Dragon Ball looking graphics updated fully. I want to see Frog Glenn cleave a mountain in two with a sword to open an entrance. I want to see the Epoch flying around so coolly. I want to see Dalton's big ship. I think he's called it the Dalton as well. I want to see Magus, but not a Chrono Cross Magus. The car should be fine, I hope. I haven't driven it in over a week. But yeah, I'm gonna look for someone to raid. And we are gonna go and raid... Let's go and raid Dauntless. She's playing Control. It's her second day playing it. Oh, that's going to be fun. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with more of this. Hell, I might even just continue streaming it instead of going back to Enshrouded at the end of the week. But we shall see. But I hope you all have a great rest of the day. I'm going to go and suffer because it's probably going to be awful at work today. Bye!